This is CuBLOCK, a brand new modular system for a power strip. Now, obviously this packaging is not the final one because this product is on Kickstarter. As you guys can see, I have a bunch of unique accessories for this power strip. Now, this is something that I've been thinking about for a long time, where you have a power strip and instead of just having the same old plugs that are in there, well, you can actually swap them out. So I'm gonna show you guys how this thing works, all of the features, the specifications, and these different accessories, and we're also gonna test that out. The first part of it, let's get this thing out of the packaging. We have our manual with a bunch of information and the full specs, which we'll cover in just a bit. And we have the CuBLOCK itself. Now, as far as first impressions, this thing is very solidly built, and this cable right here, it is serious. This is very thick, and that's probably because this thing can be modular and output not only different connections, but with that, you also have different outlet plugs for other countries as well. So as you guys can see, we have two of them right over here. Now on the end of this, I do have a US plug, but they have other versions for other locations. Now on the actual unit itself, right next to the power cable, we do have a reset switch, and that is because this thing has a surge protector built in that will protect your electronics. And on the side here, we have these buttons that will unlock the modular cubes here. And let's test out how strong this is when you don't press it. Like if you tug on it, will it come out? And no, oh my goodness. That is crazy strong. All right, so it's definitely solid. Now let's press down on the button. Bam, nice and easy. So I just pulled off this one and we'll test out the power on that. Now, before I get into the other units here, you guys see how the connection is made and how it locks. And then on the bottom here, no matter which way you place it, we have these channels that these little blocks lock in. So this plug was set up this way right here, but the cool thing is you can actually rotate it and lock it in this direction, or you can lock it in the regular one, and there is a little indicator which way you can lock it in. So that is really nice because with a lot of these accessories, for example, this power brick, this way is perfect because it stands out of the way, but some of them, they go horizontal instead, or they could be centered or very high. So with this kind of scenario, you can actually optimize it. Do you want it out of the way here, or do you want it this way? And because of that, it kind of saves space and you can have the perfect layout. Now to make that happen, we have these three prongs, so it's different from your standard outlet, and that is what allows it to go different directions and then still have the correct polarity with these channels. Now here we have our standard outlet, and I have a few of these, but like I showed you guys, we have some outlets from some other countries as well. Now this is super nice because I do have some accessories that do have different connections. So this one, for example, I have to go and find an adapter to be able to use here, and that thing is big, it's multiple devices. So here, you don't have to have something that is specific for one country. You can have a few of the ones you need and then a different one. And so here, bam, let me plug that in. It's kind of in the way here. Let's go ahead and unplug it. Bam, plugged it in this way. Now it's not in the way. And then as you guys could see, we also have some different colors. So they do have some different color options that you can check out on their Kickstarter. By the way, the link is down in the description. So here we have a couple other options for different kinds of plugs. Now they also have some unique ones. First off, they also have these caps that could protect the prongs if you're going to be storing some of your blocks that you're not using. And then here I have this guy right here. Now this is actually a light with a sensor and touch control. So let's go ahead and plug that in. We're gonna test that out in just a bit. Let's unplug this one here. And here we have a GAN powered USB-C and USB type A port. Now this thing is heavy. It is very solid. Let's go ahead and plug that in. We're also gonna test that out. And then let's remove this one right here, and I will replace that with this guy. This is a Bluetooth speaker that is also a plug. Now, this is where this kind of a modular system gets very interesting, because there are going to be a whole unlimited amount of different kind of blocks that you can optimize for. Now, of course, this is a small speaker. We'll test it out, but in the future, there are going to be a ton of different options. Now, one thing I would like to see is an Apple Watch charger. Imagine you just have a power strip. You can set it down there without taking up extra space. Maybe another kind of wireless charger, maybe something with a smart assistant built in. The options are pretty much endless. Now, CuBLOCK also showed me this travel bag of cubes that will also be available, and you can see some new designs in there. So I went ahead and plugged this in. Let's go ahead and turn on the switch, and as you guys can see, this light is already on. Now it's shut off, and on the front here we have that sensor. You can tap on the top there, and then it gets brighter, and even brighter, and that just adds a little bit of ambient, some light where your power switch is, so you can see things. And the cool thing is, if I go ahead and shut off these lights, it will actually turn on automatically right there, like you guys saw, adding a little bit of ambience, and that is on the lowest setting. So if you want it brighter, you can also change that. And now let's test out the GAN powered USB module. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the Samsung phone. Here you guys can see we have 2 hours until it is charged, and it is low. So we are getting a decent amount of output. We'll check the manual there for the full specs. And let's check out the USB Type-C output, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more powerful. Go ahead and plug that in. Bam, right there. It says we are fast charging 1 hour and 22 minutes to get to a full charge. And now let's test out this speaker. I'm gonna go ahead and hold down on the button. Okay, right there, we have that pairing chime. And bam, we are connected here. Let's set that to about halfway. Let's play the Max Tech Classic here. So it's not crazy loud. It is a very small speaker. The mids are not bad, not a lot of bass, but once again, you guys see the size of this. So it is gonna be useful for maybe pairing it to something for notifications or something that you don't want to be loud, but it is a cool little accessory to be able to have in that just plugs in. Now, the other ones are also very cool, and I'm excited for future ones. Now I'm gonna pull that back, and I wanna take a look at a little bit more info inside of here. So you guys could see that that USB brick is a 45-watt GAN. Now that's gonna be the combined amount, and it also supports Quick Charge 3.0 and PD 3.0 as well for that Type-C port. This page just shows you the basic design and things that we already covered. Let's step over here, just how you want to use it, also basic things. And this page gives us a little bit more info, especially on the GAN charger. So it is a 45-watt charger. You have a lot of voltages that it can run, which is nice because it will support more devices. 18 watts on the USB Type-A, which is standard. And then if you're using it combined, that power does drop. Some more info on the sensor lamp. And then here we have some info on the cubes and the different type of plug connections along with their voltage. So you see we have 125 and up to 250 and the different amounts of amps that can output. And along with that, it is made in Taiwan. So there you guys go. This is the CuBLOCK modular system. I have those 4 plugged in. I have these other ones right over here. You guys let me know what kind of different cubes you would be interested in, and then what you think of this type of a modular setup where you're not just stuck with just standard plugs and having a bunch of power adapters sticking out of there, but you can actually customize it to have whatever you need. Once again, the Kickstarter page is open right now. We have it down in the description below, so you guys can go and check that out. Click that circle above to subscribe. Check out one of those great videos right over there. This has been Max, and I'll see you in the next one.